We'll call the meeting to order. If you guys can all stand, face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then stay standing for the invocation.
You'll bow your heads for us, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for being a part of this evening. We thank you for giving yourself and making yourself apparent to each and every one of us, bringing us the wonderful things that you do for this community. We ask you'll allow this board to continue to be that threshold for the community and that the community continues to thrive. These and other things we pray and ask in your name. Amen. Amen.
Yeah, you guys' mics are off too, so just remember that. Minutes from the previous meeting. I'll take a motion for approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Got a motion, second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Financial report.
Okay, financial report. You had a chance to pick one up when you came in, I believe. 8 of the, let me look here. 7 of the 8 areas we are doing better than last year, and in the same 7 of 8 areas we are doing better than the year-to-date budget. That is, if you multiply it out for the period of the year compared to the year-to-date budget, we're doing better. And our year-to-date income is $168,007, and our budget was $25,900, keeping in mind that we collect the maintenance fees early in the year and later in the year. So that will probably go down a little bit in the year, and then at the end of the year it'll go back up. So that's all I have.
Okay. Manager's report. Tracy?
Okay. I would like to start out by reminding everyone to be respectful of our common areas. Please pick up after yourselves and do not tear things up. We have already had some damage done to our bathhouses.
Already?
Yep. On the golf course, we have cut cups on the greens and they are now open. Both snack bars have switched to summer hours. Keep an eye out on the grill page for daily specials. We have a couple of fundraisers going on to raise money to help pay off the line of credit. We are collecting aluminum cans. If you save your cans, you can drop them off at either clubhouse. We also have our Bring Your Change to Make a Change fundraiser going on. Look for change jars at both snack bars and in the office. So far on the change drive, we have raised $29.04. We have our spring cleaning event at Sugar Valley scheduled for May 17th and 18th. If you would like to volunteer to help unload trailers at the compactor site, please reach out to the office or let me know. That's all I have.
Old business, that's covenants and restrictions. That's more of just a talking point that we're looking for volunteers. That'll be a committee that we form. That will be to go through the actual process of changing our covenants and restrictions on our 10-year cycle. So I think if anybody's interested in that, that will stay as old business for a while until we get that up and going and where we need to be. If you guys are interested or want to talk to Tracy about volunteering to go through that, that would be great. Executive session, there is no reason to have an executive session, so we're passing that one. New business, Oberdorf's driveway on 600 Road. You can just come up, you can use that microphone so everybody could hear you, that would be great.
What is this area?
Iverson. Iverson. Can you turn that mic on? Right there on the floor.
Hello. Hi, so we are over at 26 Sumac, and there is a barbed wire fence at the back of our lot, and we were going to remove that and put a driveway that goes from 600 Road to Sumac.
It is on.
I can't hear. I can't even hear.
She might be able to turn it up over there.
Can you hear
On
me
eight?
now?
Yeah.
So we have we have a lot over at 26 Sumac, and our lot runs between Sumac and 600 Road, and we are going to bring down the fence at the back of it. There's like 2 barbed wires with some posts. We are going to take that down and put our driveway in that runs from 600 Road into our lot. We talked with the county, and the county has no problem with it. They said they'd be out and they would put the culvert in like 2 days. And so we had talked with Tracy. She said we just needed to come let you know that was our plan.
This is down further than the corner lot.
Is this the one that cut the road?
I have a question for you, I guess. Will there be a gate there?
I mean, we could put one there. We went around. We went
I
around.
don't like
Well, the problem is we've already
Out
pulled the
of
one on the
out of
corner, no?
places I don't know
And we
about,
fixed the
I'm
fence.
sure.
Okay, well, that's why I'm here to let you all know. We actually drove around the entire property of Sugar Valley, and we highlighted on the map all the areas that have no fencing. And there is quite
Well,
a bit
no
of it.
fencing is different than a drive.
Well, I mean, it's still access, and actually just down the road from us, there's a house that has a driveway that goes through, and then the next lot.
It's pretty easy to tell who can drive through a driveway. If they're driving through a field, it's gonna be, I don't have that issue. Go ahead.
Well, I think in this case, we've already denied the request of one. We've already fixed their fence. There are some houses here that do have gates. Those were from long before anybody's time around here, or access from that road. Actually, I think there's only one person that should have access on that road, if I recall. We have gone through and fixed the barbed wire fence. Our intentions are to keep that fence up. The one on the corner is more in-depth than yours would be, but I think we would set a precedence if we allow people to remove a barbed wire fence and put in a drive. And I think if we do it for you, we would have to do it for everybody, and that means anybody on Highway 7, Payne Road, and I don't think we should go down that road. So I'm gonna say it's my suggestion that we continue down the path, that we will not remove barbed wire fences from our property.
Well, I can tell you that right down the road from me, there is no barbed wire fence. It's like ends 2 properties down from me, and then there's a house that has no barbed wire. The next lot has no barbed wire. The next house down, they took their barbed wire down and have their own driveway off of the same road.
Well, I think that one will be fixed, if it hasn't been already, is that?
Oh, it hasn't. And so that means that house will not have access as well?
The house falls under a different series altogether, just because that was put in. Iverson, do you have any idea when that house was built? Hey,
I can't hear. With all the noise going on, I can't hear.
do you know any idea when the house off of 600, Cummings house, when that was built?
No. Are you talking about the hacienda?
Yes,
No, I've been around here for 15 years. It's been here a long
it's
time.
been here then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been around, like I said, that has been, who approved that for that to be was not this board of directors. And I'm going to say, we should not be removing barbed wire fences and putting drives in from outside of the drives we currently have within our property. I think we're setting a precedence if we do that, and we don't want to go through it. Everybody down Highway 7, everybody down 600 Road, everybody down Payne Road, if you had access, if your lot laid on an exterior road, you would want to drive there, everybody would, and that's not the intention. We're in a community, we're in a neighborhood, and even in Olathe and towns like that, when you drive into a neighborhood, you don't have individual lots that have access to the main roads. So you have main roads through the lots, or through that neighborhood, and those driveways exit onto those roads, so.
Well, I understand that, but the precedence has already been set.
Precedence is already been set because we fixed the fence that was taken down.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that 2 driveways down, they already have
And
one.
that one is on the books to get replaced as well. So we are fully aware of that one.
So the one that has a driveway currently is going to have barbed wire as well?
For the house?
Yes.
The house will be grandfathered in regardless.
Okay.
That was previous to all of us. You have to understand, we were brought information, when was that? October, November of last year, and we denied that request. That member went behind us and did his own thing. He was in violation from the start. We replaced the fence. We do not expect the fence to be removed.
So you realize that in your own covenants, it says no barbed wire fence allowed on Sugar Valley Park Lot?
It's a perimeter fence. That's separation from the county lines to ours. We're not going to go into the, if that's what you want to do, then we'll look at costs to replace our fencing, the perimeter fencing around our property.
Well, I think
If that's
you
the
guys put it
priority.
in, that
The
that's-
priority is we're not allowing you to have a drive on 600 Road.
Even
Well-
if you put a gate,
Are you going to remove the barbed wire fence?
absolutely.
Then that's the problem.
If there's a gate there, what it is, I got a fifth wheel there, I'm trying to put a fifth wheel pull through. Have you ever tried backing on those little less roads, putting back a fifth wheel in the rain and the dark? It sucks. I mean, I'm just telling you straight up.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, grumble, I do security, I do it for a living. I understand what you're saying, trust me. I'm fully aware of that, I've been in the security industry for a very long time. I'll put a gate up. I just need better access to get my trailer back onto my lot. We're moving the driveway over to the east side of the lot, so we can just do a nice, easy pull in. There'll be a service in there, and we'll have plans, we're having plans to put a smaller house on there.
I have a question for you. On my lot, the farmer that is to the north and east put his own gate in and posts. He did that under Steve Spencer's time. And I talked to Steve and he said, yeah, I should have turned them in because there are no gates allowed on the exterior perimeter. Well, should that guy get access to his field from our property? Just like should he be able to come in and not have to drive the roads to make it easier for you just because you live on the edge? No, it's not.
Okay, so we go and put barbed wire across this gate? That's what I'm saying, we would like to.
We would like to because he should have access to our property.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly, was what we're saying, is that, and the same with the lady that lives down the road. I mean, I know she bought her house in the last few years, so was that in her contract when she bought this house, that she got to keep that grandfather in? Because usually when you buy a property, if something is grandfathered in and you sell it, then it doesn't stay with the property.
Can I use your driveway?
Sure, if you need to. I mean, we're
yeah,
gonna put a,
that's
we can put a
actually the
gate up.
problem, because if you put an access there, I mean, you're opening it up for anybody to drive through.
We said we would put a gate up, just like the late, so what I'm asking, so you're saying it's okay because she is grandfathered in, but she
I'm
just
saying the
bought,
house
she
falls
just
under
bought
a
that.
different set because that house was approved, those
Right.
plans, those building permits were approved with that.
For that
fence
owner.
and all of
And
that.
so there's now a new owner. Did that grandfather get written in her contract
We're
when
not
she
gonna
bought the
change that.
house?
We're not gonna, you're not gonna tear
Well,
your
see,
house down
that's-
because you bought a house that didn't meet our
No.
requirements. So-
You're-
There was a gate at every lot going down 7th Highway. That's
Well-
not what we want. We don't want gated, a way to get into every lot going down 7th.
I think we're setting a precedence that if you can figure out a way to keep the barbed wire gate there, the barbed wire wire, and the T-posts that are in there, and work around that with that wire being there all the time, then maybe it's not a violation. But other than that, we're gonna say keep the barbed wire there, that's what
So
we're
the
at.
barbed wire can be there, but if our gate opens, we'll close it back up and the barbed
What
wire will
I'm
be back
saying
there.
is the barbed wire fence is to stay there. So, is everybody in agreement?
Well, did you give them a choice?
We just
I mean,
did.
I thought,
Well, he didn't say otherwise.
How do you all feel about that?
Anyway, there's a 10-foot perimeter of the association.
so the barbed wire just has to remain
Yeah.
closed, is what you're saying?
Across and
Well, in here, I don't think they do on that.
But it's so different.
Is there any other, I think that's where we're at. So I think, does this require any other discussion? I don't think it does. I mean, if you guys can work around it with the barbed wire, then more power to you, but
So as long as the barbed wire stays closed,
if the barbed wire is there,
Can we do
So-
this then, since they're looking at the option of including the barbed wire and the gate? Bring us a plan, we'll table this for now, bring us a plan that includes that, so that we can look at it and make an assessment from there.
I'm just trying, before we make a plan, I'm just trying to understand. So you're saying if we can keep the barbed wire closed, so if our gate opens and when we close it, the barbed wire remains and is closed, then it's okay? As
Well, I
long
guess
as
I'd
it's-
have to question, but what's the gate you're using?
Well, if we just found out we're going to need one, we're going to have to figure out what we want to use.
Hey, I have a suggestion.
Just remove the wire. That's the point I'm trying, put a hook on it, like an electric gate hook. But-
Wait a minute, I have a really quick thing I want to say. If the issue is the barbed wire, then why don't, in the gate, why don't you put the barbed wire on the gate?
No, that's not the issue. The issue is having the drive there from 600 Road directly into their property.
The access is the issue.
We also need to be
If the gate is
consistent.
closed with the barbed wire
with
there, then it still
we
is
denied
not
it
allowing
once.
access to everyone and
That's exactly
anyone.
what I'm.
Yeah.
Well, there was no access when it was purchased, that's my problem, and you all knew that. There's not access.
We didn't realize there was a problem. I was told by Tracy that it was a violation, and we found out from the county it's not a violation.
Let's table it and go.
And if you look down our road, you wouldn't assume that that would be a problem, because if you go down County Road 600 and you look at the houses that are down that road, there's only like the first 3 lots that actually have barbed wire fence that are covering that road. There's literally, I would like to take you around and drive you down it, because on the other side of the county road, there's no fencing at all across the street from us. So I don't understand why you guys are throwing such a big fit when half of the, actually, hold on just a minute.
Yeah, right.
But did they remove the berm? Or they haven't done anything with it? Or they flat ground?
So you guys can understand what we're trying to say. So our lot, can you come hold the bottom of this, please? Sure.
Because maybe you don't understand what we're talking about. I don't know if you're very familiar with this part of the lot.
Here's Sumac.
So literally
They're
down
in
here,
there somewhere.
where the orange marker is,
I know, this guy.
ours is like right here.
There's no
These
wire
are the
there.
only lots that have
Recently.
barbed wire
We're
currently.
gonna
The rest of this is empty. Where the orange highlight is, so they're saying that 3 lots down, it's required to have barbed wire, but there's no barbed wire on the same road going all the way down or across the street from us,
So
on the same
oh, no,
road.
that's the one
And
that
both
they
sides of the road are Sugar Valley. So they're saying 3 lots down, it's required to have barbed wire, but the rest of this road
Is there
has
anybody
none.
driving through there?
I mean, just the people that live there.
Well, has anybody made a road or made it apparent that you're driving through there?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Well,
there's
yeah,
a
they
road
removed
there.
the T-post. They removed the T-post and the barbed wire fence
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. You're talking about on that corner.
on
No.
600 Road.
It's on 600 Road. I don't think you guys even know what we're talking
You
about.
have to physically be on 600 Road to see it. Like,
Who knows that?
Yeah, there's a road there, and literally half of the road has no fence. They're talking about like one end of the road has to, the other road does not. The other end.
On the entrance driveway that you guys are trying to make, is there like a culvert or anything?
The county is going to put one in for free.
is there fence? Is there posts?
We got an approved driveway application, which is on tab, coming off of County Road.
There's we fixed.
And you got to park
There
around.
is 3 feet? You put T-post out.
Okay.
We put
On this, they
barbed
could do
wire on
this.
what was there.
So
Is there
the
T-post going across what they removed? Or did they not remove that?
Not sure.
Well, this is off from our property line in.
I don't know if they put another T-post
I
in
said,
or
I
not.
put the gate up.
Yeah.
We're just saying that literally half of the same road on our side does have no gate.
Which lot are you?
We're,
Lot, do what?
lots.
Yeah,
So we are 24.
Right there.
Yeah. So literally right here, so these lots have gates. These do not have any barbed wire.
There's one lot that has some, but it's fallen down and they took half of theirs down. And they have a little gate.
Tracy,
Well,
we just put all the barbed wire back out. Wasn't that the plan?
Yeah.
All the way along, we put all the barbed wire back out.
Well, we started and made it down, but I need to go check further on down.
So you're saying,
So,
Just got the main model.
do we want them to submit plans? I guess, I don't know. I just feel like if we set this precedent, we're setting this precedent.
you already have set the precedence, is
So the
what we're saying.
precedent is we fixed the fence. I'm gonna go
we're
back
gonna
to
put the barbed wire
that. We
back
had
up.
an
We have
individual
3
that
entrances,
applied
that's
for a
it.
permit to put a drive in, your exact situation, we denied his permit. I mean,
There
that's,
is no permit, it's landscaping. Tracy told us it's landscaping and I need no permit for it. I only need approval from the county,
Well, you
and
need
the
a-
county said that they would have it in place.
Well, you need a
We
permit for
specifically were
fencing,
told
so-
by Tracy that it was
We're gonna-
landscaping.
Gravel is not permitted, but that goes out to the 600. That's what has to be approved by the board.
We have 3 entrances. We have 3 entrances to Sugar Valley. That's it.
That's not true.
We have 3 entrances.
And that's in the covenant.
We
No,
have 2 off 7 Highway and 1 off
it's
Page.
not in
But it's in the
anything.
covenant, so we have-
I do not know if it's in the.
No,
covenant.
it's not. I read through
We're
the
not going to
entire
open up the
thing.
barbed wire to let people go in.
Yeah.
What he said, you're not going to open up everybody that has bordered 7 or any of the roads, 600, any of the roads, Payne, you're not going to allow people to come in through there. They have to come in through the main
I guess what I'm
ones.
confused about is, it's their property, they're putting their own fence, so it's still secluded.
No, they're removing a fence. They're
We
not putting
said
a
we would
fence
put
in.
a
No, no, no.
gate.
No,
We
see,
said-
they're putting a drive in. The fence is irrelevant in this case. What they would like to do is put a drive in
Right,
through
with a
their
fence, she
property,
said.
to drive through their property from 600 Road to Sumac, what road are you going to Sumac Road. And so you could enter our property, the association-owned property, from 600 Road through their property and come in on Sumac. Anybody down in that area would want to use their entrance for a drive. We're not gonna,
I guess that's what I'm confused about, because is it your personal lot, or is
Yes.
it an entrance?
yes, it's
It's
their
our personal lot. It's our lot. The only thing,
And you're willing to put a fence?
yes,
It goes onto a county road outside of our association.
Okay, I guess I'll have to drive by and see,
Yeah.
because my understanding is that it's their lot, and they're putting a driveway slash fence, so as if I were to put a driveway.
It would be different if they owned, if they owned property that had 2 association-owned roads, and they decided to make a driveway straight across their road. They don't. What they have is an association-owned road and a county road. And they want to take from the county road and attach it to the association-owned road. Which is, in essence, adding an entrance to our
Okay, so
association.
what I'm understanding then from what you're saying is their property does not butt up against that road.
Yes, it
it does.
It does.
It's our property, so it should
So
not
their
even be in a point.
property butts up against 600.
Yes,
Want to see it?
There'd be an
Want to see it?
easement though, wouldn't there?
yeah.
I guess,
And if you look at the map,
Right here.
There'd be an easement, wouldn't there, from a county road?
15, I mean, whatever the
They don't own that last 15.
it would be
Why are we having a committee meeting right now?
I don't know. Can I see your map?
She's like 24.
Well, I just wanted to see how this was listed.
But here, there's no fence, absolutely not.
So they're saying these lots are okay to be open, but they don't want to use them for this is all sugar doll. This is all sugar doll. Yeah, and none of it has barbed wire. Do I need mine off?
Well,
I don't know, if they're gonna put a fence themselves, it's still creating a
I'm sorry? Sure.
we're gonna, yeah, would you want to say?
discussing more after we.
Yeah, well, we're gonna table this and we're gonna table this. I guess get your plans, what you want to permit or to bring to the board to do, and we'll take a look at it at least. But I think right now the best thing to do is to table this discussion. We'll move on and we'll address this at another time.
So when would you like us to have it ready for you?
As soon as you can get it. And that would be just what you guys had. You can get a hold of Tracy with that. Just send it to Tracy.
Okay. Could we also find out what the deal is with the architecture committee? Like, who does that enclose, and what does that require for, like, building?
As far as what?
Apparently, we need to have architectural approval for a building.
Oh, you just get a hold of Tracy and fill out the building permit.
Okay, so that's already been done, so how long does that usually take?
Is that one that they're in?
That's on...
Oh, is that a county?
That red meat and rice and sausage and fried taters, you can pull them. I know, right?
Okay, so the building permit is on this subject, or are you talking for a house?
For a house.
That you'll have to get a hold of Tracy to have her fill it. She'll get you the information, the sheet to do the building permit.
We already did that, that's what we're saying.
Oh.
And it's already been approved by the county, so we're just trying...
One for-
43, yeah.
Yeah, I just got the one turned in today from her, so it is going to the architectural committee, and it takes a few days.
Okay, all right.
All right, thank you. Chris, Chris Strack is not on the agenda. He was supposed to be on the agenda, so we're
So
gonna,
was I.
what's your reason?
I asked
He's a regular.
2 weeks ago.
What's the reason?
What's the reason?
Yeah.
Well, I have several things.
Kicking it open for him. You called, we'll go on to
Did I
that.
not?
You called, yep, you called, and I asked
I
Tracy.
did not call.
No.
She
Oh,
came
she
in.
was here, yeah, you were here, you're right. And she asked Tracy, Tracy, you were asked to be put on the agenda. Tracy called me and said she wants to be put on the agenda, and I said, what for? She said she has not given me a reason. And I says, don't.
I just said several things.
I said, don't put her on the agenda. If she calls back with a reason, we will put her on the agenda, otherwise she can have her address in open forum.
No, where does that say that you guys changed all these rules, that now I have to state
Well-
exactly what I want? If I.
No, but that's the point of being an agenda. Let's table this. Let's hold off on this so we can come back to this in open forum. I want to get through Chris first. Yeah, let's get through Chris, and then we can go on back on through the open forum. It's just Chris is standing here.
Hello, Christopher Stack. Just want to start by saying thank you. If it weren't for you guys sitting here, donating your time, it'd be anarchy. So thanks for being here and doing that. I know everybody usually in these meetings is mad at you. This one, we've been trying to do a building permit for a while. It's a tough spot in the land, and I'm kind of just asking for a reconsideration by the architectural committee or ideas of how to solve the building issue of this property up there. I've owned for 25 years, and we're up to 12 lots now in this area. When we first started, there was a camper up on this lot that was almost where we want the building to be. It was a 73 camper. It sat here since this place started and turned into a drug haven, among other things. We've run that out when we bought the lot. It was cleaned up like that. Kids had vandalized and broken out windows. It was a mess, but kind of a forgotten corner of Sugar Valley. On the plot map, building limits show 10 feet, which I've been told that the architectural committee is trying to stand by the 20 or 25 feet that is in the covenants. I firmly believe that there are certain areas in the lake where the 10-foot building limits, which is just clear as day in these maps, although I've been told they don't necessarily count, but I think they were put there for a reason. And that reason was simply because there aren't the ability to build in the required space in that particular area. There are many places around the lake, but I'm not here to bring any of those up. We're talking about us and our property. I think something in the past may have been approved in a similar situation last summer. But in that map, you can see in the coloring that the hill just starts sloping at an angle like this, where I don't know what a person would do to get to that requirement. County's approved sanitation and approved building permit. We've been denied twice, and it's gone on.
Is this Sugar Valley?
Yes,
What's the plat?
Here,
it's 1074
Is it
there,
74? I don't see a 74 on the map anywhere.
top right corner.
so where's the building? Like, on this?
This would be the 25-foot mark if you had to do it. You would need a map of what's left out of 90 by 90.
Up here? Oh, okay.
This is all part of the property, but the hillside doesn't have
So this is hill right here.
from there down. So what you have to work with on that property is only 90 by 90 in a triangle. That's why they said it 10, I believe. Dead end road. This is the farmer's gate that I don't think should have been allowed by your situation.
You think the gate's here?
Yeah.
So where is your building? Like what?
Or you
Do you know about how much?
And I'd welcome you to come up. I mean, we stood there and measured off, trying to bring it this way. It's just, you have to see the lot, it's just not feasible.
So can you can get it off of the what? This is Sugar Valley property.
Right here.
There's a road right there.
There's the road.
So what happens is this is his entire lot. But once you hit this point, it goes into a hill that goes down. It's unusable from this point on. So he would like to build in what's usable, but the architect committee keeps denying it because he can't meet the road setback.
We did approve that to Valley Road right down to the corner.
There's plenty of room on the edge.
What?
But, and then if we put the building in sideways.
And the building meets the 600 road or whatever.
Yeah, that's,
The road like you do.
yeah.
I would also like to
Yeah.
Walk up, knock
just
out
like a
like
camper. I'm not saying that it will be, but I'm suggesting as far as a backyard shed.
I think we need to look at this because I think we need to look at go out there.
I've waited
and-
since.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do on this one. Iverson, you want to go out there too and give thoughts?
And I'm open.
Because I know there's a gate up here that goes into this property, but I didn't know there was a gate over here. So the gate's got to be right here. Here's where the road is.
Yeah.
The gate's got to be right here,
Yes, sir.
right there.
It's actually in this person's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we're down to 14 by 33. But he can't get the 25-foot setback. This is his lot.
He can't get the 25-foot setback on this road.
Oh, on that road?
Yes, this is hillside. This is his lot, the hillside. He can't get it on this road, which ends,
Mac, you can actually get off the road.
which I think ends up here. I think that ends. I know. Okay, Chris, we'll get back to you on that one. We'll work on that one.
You know, we live here.
Okay, we're gonna move on. Committee reports.
The rec committee, we canceled the Easter breakfast and egg hunt due to the rain. We do have the craft, we had a donation from somebody that donated a bunch of quarters. It's locked up in the safe in the office. We'll have
to get a hold of the donor and see if they want to take that change back, if they want to keep it until next year. Here in the state, it's completely up to them. And then we have the craft fair this weekend. We have, I think, about eight or nine vendors. We're still gonna continue to look this week for more vendors. We're gonna have posters put up in town for the craft fair this weekend. We do have, I believe, the golf sheds that we could use in case of rain.
Yeah, we have 10 available.
Close that one.
Yep.
If it rains, they can set their craft booths up in the 10 empty golf cart sheds.
Yep, so we'll have an alternative in case it rains.
We could have a trick up there.
What?
So we could have.
Right, well, I mean, there, a lot of, everybody canceled, it looked like,
I know,
around
I'm just
area.
being honest. Well, I would have came for Easter eggs.
Is there
You want me to say something about it?
anything else for rec?
The publicity committee has ordered some, and did some flags.
Yeah, Tracy's got those. I don't know the plan to put those up, but she'll get those up. No, go ahead, sorry.
When are we gonna put those up?
The publicity committee has.
Hey.
The publicity committee has ordered some 6 foot, 8 foot flags.
6 foot flag.
6 foot flags that we're gonna line the, are we doing the highway or the entrance, Tracy?
Entrance.
Entrance.
Entrance, Tracy's gonna go grab them, kind of show you guys what they are.
For what? You guys did a great job on that.
Advertisement
For advertisement,
for our lot sales.
That sign.
for lots for
that you guys put out
sales,
looks
and,
Thank
some of them have just like boating on it, or boat on it, might have swim on it, dine on it,
So I'll
those kind of things.
elaborate on that. As a whole, we thought we needed more advertisement for our lots that were up for sale. And so the publicity committee brought together got these banners together, and you'll see Tracy. And so these will line the road, and then, yep, these will line the road as you come in as advertisements for the lots we have for sale.
So that's kind of an example of one of them, and I'll grab, let's, one maybe.
And how much are those?
The publicity committee covered that.
They weren't expensive. Not expensive.
And just so you know, the publicity committee does not get funds from the association, so that was not association funds at all. So,
Are you making them?
I'll say a little something about Hidden Valley Rick.
yeah. Watch the fans. They can't see them on the camera, so you'd have to bring them behind me.
Down here, I like that.
You'll have to go up there with it.
So then we got one that says like,
Good idea.
There's 8 total. Well, actually 9 total, so.
Bring come forward so the cameras can catch them.
and
Huh?
golf there.
She wants them to come forward so they can catch them.
Oh,
Then there's another one that says swim here, boat here.
I think it's a good idea, and I think they're gonna, they're eye-catching. They with the yellow.
So we can line them up.
you're advertising the amenities, and then the very last one is, hey, we got lots. Yeah, hey, we got lots.
Can we put
Anyway, you 4 ladies are gonna have to
The
hold.
problem is if we were on the highway, if they were to blow off and hit somebody's car,
Yeah, that was what we were concerned about there.
we could be held responsible for it.
Mark,
If we put one, like, on the entrance by the highway, but
We gotta
it's on our property.
We gotta be very careful where we place it.
so we
Blow
also,
off or anything like that and hit somebody's vehicle on the highway, we could be held responsible for it.
Can't you tie it down somehow?
Well, we kind of looked at different
We-
options we
You
could
should
do.
be able to get the wire to go around it. and then
well, it'll be trial and error. We do,
And then something else really quick, what also we have kind of done, or we've helped with the assistants and stuff with the association, we have built the sign, as people have seen as you come in.
That looks good, yeah, looks really good.
Dave and Kay, our kiddo can check, Dave and him have built the sign, and then Dave, Tracy, me, Kay, and Eric, have all placed the sign up there.
dug holes.
Looks great.
up to the front
It
entrance.
looks very good.
So on the, by the highway, we do have one,
I'm gonna buy biggest palm trees
we,
ever.
we do have a flag like that that's printed double-sided that says open golf for when we run the golf fundraiser. So that one will go out by the highway. As close to our signage as we can get out there and still be
Yeah, we
safe.
need to come up with a way to, insert them into the ground better, to hold them so people see them.
Yes, I agree. We'll work on it. I mean, this'll trial and error as we go, so.
Our calendars are still for sale. We're gonna be printing some more. Just so you guys know, I don't know how many's left, but we are gonna be printing some more this week.
I have no reason, I'm sorry.
And I don't know if there's
Okay.
anything else that we have for publicity committee. Is
Tell her
there
no.
anything else
Nope.
that we had coming up that we're gonna do?
Nope, we're good. Hidden Valley?
The Hidden Valley Rec Committee was able to have their Easter
Hey.
egg hunt. The Hidden Valley had their Easter egg hunt a week early, so they was able to have that, hot dogs, all that. Worked out pretty well. I was just saying, they did have their Easter egg hunt, it worked out great.
Hidden Valley had their Easter egg hunt this weekend and it went great.
As soon as the rain clears, they're wanting to start on their playground improvements, looking for volunteers. You could reach out to my wife, me, Jim Guffey, any of those.
I have a question on that, with you guys looking for playground equipment for over there. Can you look at Marketplace, and can you guys purchase off of Marketplace? I have seen tons of.
I know that they have been looking on there, and they can with the rec committee, yeah.
It'll be a lot cheaper than buying them new.
A lot of it they're planning on building.
If we're in the rut.
A lot of the equipment they're gonna build, like balance beams and bars.
Well, we
Okay.
have to make sure it's safe and
Uh,
secure, so we don't see.
Hidden Valley, anything else for rec?
I don't think so, that's it.
Any other committee? Iverson, do you have anything for committee reports? Okay. Nope, if that's it, we're gonna move on to open forum.
Yes, that would.
2 minutes or less, member in good standing.
I was supposed to be on the agenda.
2 minutes or less, member in good standing.
No, my questions are, you and I, Mark and I talked about it, about getting lights down at the trash compactor. Because you can't see what's going on down there, and they can't see anything on the cameras. And it wouldn't be real expensive to put some lights on a tree or something out there.
I agree, 'cause I
At
think
least
we
lights
need
it up.
down there at night.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy, especially when them damn tubes come out of that trash compactor. Ask my husband, he about got knocked on his ass. Okay, what about that road over there by our house where the washout is?
So I've spoken with our engineer, and we've got a plan in place. We've been advised to build the sides of it back up with 4-inch rock and pour concrete down through it to seal it and build the road back up. But I have talked to the engineer, and I think that was Thursday when he finally got back to me with what we need to do to fix that.
Awesome. Any more on Leon's house there that burned, and the trailer that's over there by Heather's that burned? Any idea on what's gonna be done with those? That stuff needs to really start getting out of here.
Yes.
The trashy campers, trailers, mobile, there's a lot that, there's
There
no
was
need
another
for that
fire
in
down
any
there.
neighborhood. Whether it's an HOA or it's not an HOA, that's not a good thing to be having.
A couple months ago.
People have to drive
So what's
around
the
and see if you wanna sell lots,
Camper
and have
Like a trailer?
realtors be real.
An actual mobile?
And
or
not
camper?
tell
It's an
the people that
actual
wanna come look at stuff out here,
mobile home.
not to come not to come in off
And I
Main
heard
Road.
that Leon gave that back to Sugar Valley too, that lot.
We have not had it deeded back to us. We do not own that lot.
Well, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why
But
I
we-
asked you about it, that.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard anything on it either.
Yeah, we do
that
not.
It was given back, that the ex-wife had the papers that stated that they were giving it back to Sugar
But
Valley.
if they don't, can't we find them?
And if they long enough where they could, you guys could go.
Who are you gonna go after?
and Get it all cleaned up.
I mean, who are you gonna go after? I mean, if they're already talking about giving it back, who are you gonna go after?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Just need to call them.
it's in an estate, I mean, or in, you know, probate, I mean,
Yeah, I understand.
yeah.
My last
I mean, that's,
little big thing was.
see how it goes.
And you and I kind of texted back and forth about this, about, my question is to each board member up here, only board members. And this is off of what I was told from someone, that they put their 2-week notice in to quit here, and Tracy on Monday morning, from what I understood, told the person that the board decided to discontinue her employment on the spot. And my question is, did you vote on that? Did you vote on that? Did you, or Tracy, did you make that decision yourself? It's not a big deal.
No, I will, Cindy, that decision,
I'm not trying to make a big deal out of this. My whole thing is that when stuff like that happens, and it's a small white lie, if she threw the board.
no,
in the-
actually,
No,
here-
Let me finish. I got my time.
well, your time's up.
She threw the board under the bus by saying that the board decided that, whether you did or not.
Casey.
If it's a white lie, then
It's a personnel
when we
issue.
get that, then we don't trust what any of you, the board or Tracy, when you tell us something.
So, I'll explain it to you this way. Anytime personnel decisions are made in that capacity, that is done under the umbrella of the association. It doesn't matter if it's coming from Tracy, if it's a board member that suggests it. If it's coming from the association, that's the association's decision. It doesn't matter if it's Tracy's only decision, if she discussed it with other people.
With you.
Absolutely.
It
And
wasn't
that
discussed
is.
with anybody else, is my question.
But that is
my-
a manager's position that we put Tracy in to make those personnel decisions.
So you're saying Tracy made the decision, not the
Tracy
board?
had a discussion with me
It's an
with a
easy
plan in
question.
place. Listen,
It's an easy
it
question.
is.
Yes
Tracy
or yes
had
or
a
no.
conversation with me.
I don't, it's.
We discussed the situation. Tracy made the decision with the best interest of the association to handle that how it was handled. That's all the discussion we need on that matter.
No, that's not, I mean.
No, that's absolutely all we need.
No, because.
Yes. That's it. It's a personnel decision. The association decided to go down that road, and that's where it ends.
Oh, no, but you're not understanding.
But I will tell you
my
this, I will tell you
question.
this, Cindy. If you're an employee of the association, we expect you to be here and work your hours that are here, or make the arrangements to make sure that that time is taken care of. In that situation, we had a period of 2 weeks that were very questionable with our clubhouse. And we
How
had
many
many members
Saturdays
reach
Did
out.
she not come in?
We had many
How many
members.
Saturdays did she not come in? Did you fire her?
We had but you don't know her schedule. Tracy, okay, stop.
And she posted
Cindy.
it last year. Dave,
Cindy,
I have the right.
I'm going to stop you right now, and I'm going to tell you this. Tracy is a salaried employee who is
That's
expected to work an average of 40 hours a week. An average of 40 hours a week.
And she's
Okay.
supposed to be here on Saturdays.
That is Tracy's schedule. So that's where that goes.
You just-
But what I am saying,
Cut me off like you cut off
but what I am
everybody
saying,
when they
Cindy, in
cut
that
me
case,
face to
that was a
face with the
decision
issue.
made under,
No. I don't want to hear your excuse.
that was a
It's
decision
not
made under the
irrelevant.
umbrella of the
Fine.
association. It's
It's
personnel.
irrelevant,
That was
Dave.
our decision.
It's freaking
I was
relevant.
gonna say, I'm not an attorney, but you probably ought to stop.
It's a personnel, that's it. That's,
Personnel,
yes.
yeah.
We were looking at the association has a duty to make sure our snack bar is open and do those things and have the means to make sure that that is that case. We took that, We're budget, remember that, we're
I got
budget.
that.
So we don't have freedom to hire people to replace people as they come along. There's multiple aspects to that, so we're gonna drop that as that.
No, but as her hourly has been said during board meetings, it was, she was gonna go over to Hidden Valley on Wednesdays, but
Yep.
then that didn't work out, so she was gonna be back over here on Saturdays.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
this
a
is
person,
the big deal
that's a
is
personnel
being made out
decision,
of
that's a
this.
personnel issue, Cindy. That's a
She just-
that's a personnel issue. Okay, we're moving on, so whoever else is next for open forum.
And I had a conversation with her.
Anybody else?
Yeah, open forum, Christopher Steckman. I just want to let you know, we've been working on this long before anything about the building permit, but you're all invited to Memorial Day weekend, a party down at the Mountain City Chamber of Commerce Amphitheater with two bands. It'll be posted on the page and Mountain City page and all
Are they
that.
gonna have food trucks or anything?
Just gonna do like donation hot dogs, soda, pop water, no alcohol or anything like that.
I'll hang it up.
They'll start coming out, but I didn't know when the next board meeting was, so I want to make sure that it's on public record that that's coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Anybody else?
Against them.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I got a motion, got a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, thank you, very kindly.
For which one?
Stacks.
I don't know, we're gonna.